My name is Rick. I'm also known as Rick's 2 Cents, along with my fellow co-host Steve from Steve Makes Everything.
I'm back.
Andy from Andy Bird Builds.
What's up, everyone?
And Roger from Roger's Shop.
Howdy, and that weird noise you hear, it happens to be my 3D printers. I've got too many orders I have to get them running. Normally, I have them quiet during the live stream.
So those who did actually see our earlier post, we are giving away today a rotary arm. You want to share it, Roger? Nice one.
Oh, the Archer. See, it has a tiltable. It has a tiltable chuck.
Yeah, and you don't have to have an Ortur laser to use it either. You can work on pretty much any laser.
I just did the Acmer M4 rotary, which is, I love it. The one downside is you can't tilt the chuck. So I'm hoping for the M5 soon. But otherwise it's a great laser, and I actually ran it on my Omni 1 UV laser.
Oh, nice. Hello from South Carolina. I used to live in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Yeah.
South Carolina. Oh, that's North Carolina.
Waverly, Iowa, not too far from here.
Yeah. Clayton's in the building. Aloha from Hawaii, everyone.
Hey,
Smash that like button. We'll let more people. We just started live, so we'll give it a little bit before we start to start taking the entries. We'll let people start joining in, so I don't have to say it over and over and over again.
I'm gonna have to brighten up my camera. I see three light people and one kind of murky person.
My mom said when I came back from Mexico, she said, "It looks like you rubbed mud on your face." I said, "Nah, it's called a tan."
Oh, I thought she was talking about that cheesy mustache.
Oh yeah, like that. When I grow it in, it ends up looking like a Hitler mustache because I got a scar right here. So people always ask me, "Why do you trim that?" I'm like, I don't. It's a scar, man. Just leave me alone. Stop picking on me.
What else we got coming in here? We got
Iowa,
New London, Iowa.
Oh, Waterloo, Iowa. That's not all that far. About 90 minutes from here.
Hey, Andy's got it. Andy's got his dog in the background.
Yeah, look at that.
I do.
I have my dog in the background too. He's asleep back there. There's actually another one on the floor, but
Jim and I'm in Oswego, so I'm not too far from you. Roger's printing blueberry muffins.
That color is called fuchsia.
Fuchsia.
It's some custom little planners.
Nice.
For someone.
Clayton,
I can bring up one thing that happened during the week here. A lot of my business is what they call B2B. It's, my business to their business, and it's a good way to go because you can mass produce. And I know it's not Steve's thing, but it works well for me. We lost a big client this week, a rather large shop that we supplied is closing because somebody decided to park their truck in the shop.
Without opening the doors, I assume.
Yeah, without opening the doors. It actually wasn't even through the front, it was through the side.
Ooh.
So the building's going to have to come down, and she called me and told me about it, and I said, well, okay, are you going to relocate or anything? She says, no, we're just going to throw in the towel. She's getting older, so she's just going to retire, but that was a pretty good-sized client to lose.
That sucks. When I used to own a detail shop, I felt like I struggled with all these little mom and pops, and then when I finally got to BMW, Mercedes, Land Rover, Range Rover, that's when all the dealerships started going belly up, right? A Dodge dealership went bankrupt, and I was like, when Dodge goes bankrupt, there's problems, And I was like, man, I was so upset. So I know how that is, Roger. It sucks.
Yeah, for the record, Roger, I do a lot of B2B stuff too. Not B&B, but B2B.
Yeah.
Well, wrong channel.
I just don't make a million coasters for anybody.
I don't know. I think you do.
Hey, what do you guys think of cork?
It's good to put in the top of wine bottles.
It's good to use when you're fishing for a bobber.
There you go.
And yeah, I have done some cork coasters in the past, but it's not something that
I will
I'll do
confess to having a stack of cork coasters sitting on my shelf, ready for engraving.
I've done them for wedding receptions, where somebody needs 100 of them. But I wouldn't bother to do like a set of 4 or anything. It just takes too much time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did it for a 2 Men in a Truck. I don't know if you guys ever heard of them.
Oh yeah.
So I did a ton of them for Christmas.
So speaking of B2B, I'm actually working on an order right now. This is part of it. It'll take some explanation. This is like a custom. It's not a coaster, okay? But can you see that?
Sign or a plaque?
So it's for a trade show.
Okay.
They make brass for ammunition, shells. And so they're going to drill out each one of these dots. Each one of the dots.
Hold on.
Hey, you're making me big. Here's, there we go. So there's dots there for each caliber, each type. And so they're going to drill it out. They wanted to do that themselves and put the actual shell case, the brass casing. So they'll be standing up vertical for each one. But it's a two-piece thing. Yeah, turned out I'm pretty happy with it. It's kind of like making an engraved cutting board. That's kind of what it was like.
Have you tested the QR code on there?
I have.
Because I've tried that before. Sometimes it doesn't come out too well.
Yeah. This one seems. I messed with the laser settings. I tested them out, and I was a little worried about it, but it takes me to their Instagram page. So
yeah, I've had good luck with them. Haven't had any problems with doing that.
But the thing about this one is they told me about it on Wednesday, and they needed it today. I'll have it to them tomorrow.
At least they give you some notice.
Yeah.
So, and there's one other piece back there. I might jump out and put some more coats of poly on it. So I can get it to them tomorrow, and so it might smell a little polyurethane-y if you don't mind, but it's not my fault.
Well, this isn't smell-o-vision here, so we won't notice it.
I'm sure it'll be in a big room. They won't notice.
Yeah. The original design, I was like, guys, I don't have time for that. The original design had a beveled front edge with their logo on the front, and completely possible. But I did not want to create a jig. I thought about a couple different ways to do it, to engrave on that front. It'd been like a front, let's just say 45-degree angle. Might have been a little bit different, but I don't want to create any kind of fixture or jig to be able to engrave on that 45. And then the other idea was to cut a thin strip and glue it to that front, like a flat strip, engrave it and fix it to the front. I was like, I could do that too, but I don't have time.
Yeah. Yeah, getting a little crazy last minute. All right, looks like we got a decent amount of people now joining the live. Roger, you want to go into our giveaway today?
Okay, we're giving away today to, you have to have a U.S. shipping address, to win this, unless you want to pay the shipping to some other country. This is order tour, Y-axis rotary chuck. So it's be rotary for your laser. And no, you do not have to have an Ortur laser for it. Turn this right, you can see what it does here. You don't have to have an Ortur laser. It'll work on just about any laser. But we're giving this away. It's brand new. It's never even been opened. So to be eligible, Rick will give you all the rules and regulations. He's got that down.
I need to make a recording. That's what I need to do. Clayton, you want to put in the hashtag Shop Talk Live so I can share your comments? So I think I may have made a. Here you go. You have to put, just like you're seeing there, hashtag Shop Talk Live in the comments. In a second here, we're going to start it. in order for it to be drawing. But in order to be accepted into the drawing, you have to subscribe to each one of our channels. You have to like at least one video. You have to share at least one video. And you have to comment on one video. Now, if you want to comment on more than one video, if you want to share more than one video, we love it, but you at least have to do it once. So let me go ahead and share my screen, and we will go ahead and start the competition. All right, can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
All right, so as you see, we're going to uncheck this, excludes winner, do multiple drawings, and we'll go ahead and start it. So go ahead and let that run in the background.
Clayton has two pound signs in front of his Shop Talk Live. You should only have one.
Don't put the 2 pounds; it won't count you. Just put it just like it's showing in the comment there, Shop Talk Live. All right.
Brandon did it perfectly.
Giving a backup, a couple comments there to those of us that sell B2B, what our top items are. I think I saw that scroll by there a little bit ago.
I'm looking for it. Scotland. Look at that. Hello from Scotland.
Scotland.
Very cool. Oh, here you go. Three of you that do primary laser engraving, business to business, what would you say your top 5 projects that are selling today?
Top 5.
Well, my top one and the laser engraving side would be slate coasters and lots of 100, and it's primarily the high-end bars. The second one would be laser engraved tiles that tile setters use in bathrooms, in public bathrooms. Different designs on them, and there again, it's in large lots. Laser-wise, that's pretty much it on a large scale. We do other things B2B. We do sublimation on tumblers and that type of thing, but that's not laser engraved. Laser cutting, of course, I lost one of my clients, but do a lot of acrylic on the CO2 laser, and I do still have my contact for selling my clear plastic unicorns. Still be going with the unicorns.
Nice.
Nice.
I do. I mean, mostly keychains. I've done a lot of watch bands, but I'll grudgingly admit I've done quite a few coasters too. But I try not to. Well, corporate is different, right? Because they're not going to try and nickel and dime you. They're going to say, "Hey, I want a whole bunch of these, and I don't care what I pay."
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, those are the best customers.
Yeah.
Like, I just need it. I don't care what it costs.
Yeah.
Andy, you want to share?
I don't do. I mean, I have done. Currently, I just do custom one-off stuff. As far as for other businesses. So I can't speak to. It's just honest. Mine is just mostly custom stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, just things that I find interesting and customers that, like this one that I just showed, they needed that in a week and they said, I don't care what it costs. Okay.
Well, that's a big chunk of wood, man.
Yeah.
That's got some weight to it.
And it's actually mahogany as well. So
yeah, that's a big chunk of wood. I don't do a whole lot of business to business with the lasers. To be honest with you, my niche for business to business is graphic design and apparel, shirts, magnets, wraps, stickers, that kind of deal. Yeah. Websites. I help a lot of starter companies. So I did, like I said, I did a 2 men in a truck. I did some coasters for them. This is mine, but I'm just showing I did this for them. Coasters for them. They wanted them done for Christmas. So that was cool. But that was the first time I did that's how the coaster thing started. But as Roger was saying, I told you, Rick, they would sell because I had this big giant box of slate coasters and they sold out in 6 days. So I ordered 500 more. but I won't get them till like February 27th.
You get them through Banggood or
Alibaba.
Alibaba? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
So-
at Amazon, they're like $1 close, 25, 55 cents. I don't know. Alibaba, they're like next to nothing, right?
Yeah, they are definitely cheaper if you buy a pallet load of them.
yeah. They're like next to nothing.
Yeah.
You know?
To follow up to Jim's question, how I think people will probably be wondering how are businesses finding you? Are you reaching out to them? Or are they coming to you?
I usually get contacted by them. A lot of our business is word of mouth. I don't really advertise because I'm busier than hell as it is. But if the project is lucrative, I will definitely take it on.
Yeah, I don't advertise either. It just people just seem to find me. And, you know, it's sometimes I don't do every job that comes my way, but usually it's not an issue finding things to do. So.
Yeah. Well, one of the things we made in the shop that almost turned into a full-time thing, and I ended up turning it down, was I made some stanchions for someone that's to put that border around in a car show, around their show car. The little stands, you put the little velvet rope on. I made 10 of them for him, and then next thing you know, everybody wanted them, and they're no, I ain't doing this.
How do you like this username?
Love it. YouTube user.
YouTube user. Sounds a little generic to me, but if you don't want to stand out in the crowd, that's the name to use.
Lynch Reptiles. Hey, you guys, I know we're doing a giveaway, but if you have any questions, feel free to let us know in the comments below. And of course, we always like seeing where you're from. It definitely is cool to see a growing audience, especially when, not that I'm showing love to my own country, but when you start seeing the international following, it really shows something. I think Australia, we're definitely have a strong following now, and now we're seeing Scotland, UK, so pretty cool.
Don't forget Belgium.
In Belgium.
In Canada.
Canada.
Yeah, but Canada, I don't count them. Canada,
yeah, we're just a 51st state, right? Really?
Yeah.
Canada
and Mexico are like neighbors. Like, yeah, you got to cross the ocean. Not cross the imaginary line.
We're just like America's hat.
Yeah. You keep us warm.
Yeah. California's in the building. So I hope you're doing okay. I know there's a whole lot of fires in California.
Yeah, that's insane.
Crazy. I don't wish bad on anyone or anything like that, but it's like I don't feel sorry for anyone who that's their 7th home and they're watching their house burn down on the news and like, let's do a fundraiser. For what? I feel bad for that's your home. You know what I mean? That's where your family lives. That's not your 7th home.
Well,
that's all I'm saying. Thanks, mostly word of mouth. How long have you guys been doing it?
Laser-wise, since 2019.
Oh, for me, off and on, full-time, part-time for years, many years.
Laser-wise, 3 years for me.
I got my first laser in 2019 as well.
Was it that $50 one you bought on Amazon?
No.
99. Get it right.
I told you this before. It's actually a Glowforge. That was my first laser.
Oh, yeah. I'm not impressed with Glowforges.
Hey, when you don't know any better.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a good starter laser.
It's overpriced.
Well, of course.
For what you get. But I will say, I've never used it for someone that doesn't, my 80-year-old grandmother could use a Glowforge.
They definitely did a good marketing scheme. It was like the home shopping network of type advertisement, like we're on TV.
Yeah, I still have it as well. I haven't used it in about 4 years.
Should plug it in and see if it still works.
I should. It's the one that I don't know if I ever told the story, but real quick, my wife caught it on fire. And this was in our house, and we were using this masking. I forgot what the brand name. It was off Amazon, but we were masking something, and that masking ended up catching on fire.
Paul said from France, only one night tonight.
Paul, yeah, because Paul's usually from Belgium, I think.
Yeah.
He flew in his private Learjet to France.
No, he probably just walked. Like,
Now.
not that far. But anyways, yeah. So luckily we were able to refix the Glowforge and get it up and going. But that was scary. Like it burnt. It wasn't just like a little fire. It melted the belts off of it.
Okay, so now it's time for a confession.
Yeah.
Did you leave it running and walk away?
Well, this wasn't me. My
Okay,
wife.
but did your wife leave it running and just walk away?
Yep.
Something caught on fire?
Just in the other room, and she wasn't sitting there. She walked out of the room. She's gone for like 3 minutes, came back, and the whole thing was like it was still contained, but the whole inside of it.
Did she like leave the laser so she could go tend to the boiling pot on the stove or something?
But you know, it's so funny. That's what
cooking dinner.
it's not funny actually, but I tell people all the time, like, when I first got the laser, I think because I was so awed by it, I'd like stood over it, like watching it. And then when you start using it, you kind of get like complacent, right? You're like, eh. And I showed 2 of my jobs on this live that burnt up like crazy. It was plywood, and it was like a sparkler, like, you know. And I was there, so I would imagine if I like was using the restroom or doing something like that, could have been really bad.
I brought this question up because it comes up a lot.
All right,
no,
so
don't put a laser on your CNC.
You know what I saw?
You need a separate machine. The all-purpose thing or not.
It just doesn't work. It's a dream that never pans out the way it's advertised.
The biggest problem with this is if you put a laser on your CNC, when it's being a laser, it can't be a CNC. And as they say, when a CNC is sitting idle, it's losing money. So just say no. Just buy yourself an X-tool laser and put it in the corner beside your CNC, and you can use both of them.
And then by the same token, don't bother trying to put a laser head on a 3D printer. I know people do it, but it's just not the right machine. Not the right machine for it.
I just think you can buy the best CNC, you can buy the best laser, you can buy the best of something. But a lot of times when you buy a multi something, it's not the best of either one, right?
Absolutely. Yep.
And not even just picking brand, just speaking in general.
There you go.
Paul said, I'm not using the Glowforce when I'm over.
Oh, it's repaired. And I will say, personal experience, Glowforge did take care of us. They sent us out the parts for free.
Nice.
To get it. I put them back on, but yeah.
So were you known then, or you were nobody then?
No, I was nobody. Yep. I just contacted them through like customer support, and they said they asked me to send pictures, and they said, "Oh man, I'm glad everything's all right. Here's the parts you need to get it back up and running." And they just sent them to me. So
outstanding. Yeah. So guys, if you guys want to copy and paste Shop Talk Live over and over and over again, we don't get upset at all. Have at it, and just being completely honest, it does help the algorithm. So have at it. And we still are paying attention to the comments. So don't think
I actually wonder if it does help the algorithm. The AI in YouTube's algorithm is getting pretty smart, and it probably says, "Oh, that's all the same comment. I'll just delete them all."
Yeah.
And if you're just joined and you don't know what we're giving away this Ortur rotary right here that you can use on any laser. Doesn't have to be an Ortur. And it's the jaws with all the little extra attachments and little doodads that you can lose. So you need to get a container to put everything in. This is brand new, unopened. All you have to do is, if you win, be in the United States, you get free shipping to it. If you win and you're elsewhere, you're going to have to pay for the shipping. Or VAT or whatever, depending on where you're at.
I gotta send you guys a globe just so you know there's other countries in the world. New to fiber lasers. So
you got to read the comments, Steve.
So new to fiber laser, can you do a full wrap on a 40-ounce tumbler with a 60-watt fiber laser using a 300 by 300 lens and the use of a rotary with how the diameter change? It's a taper basically is the issue here. So there's 2 things you can do here. So well, probably three things, I guess. So the size of the laser doesn't matter. Like the 60 watt, you could do this with a 20 watt fiber laser. The lens doesn't matter. You could do this with a 75 millimeter lens. With the rotary, there's two things you can do with the rotary. You can either use the taper. There's a taper tool in Lightburn that you can use to compensate for this, or you could go old school and just hoist up one end of the rotary until it's level, and that would solve your problem.
But use the cheap cup as you're doing the trial and error. Don't go get your $20 stainless steel cup and ruin it.
Yeah, they should make all those Stanley cups that they recalled available for people to laser engrave just for practice.
Yeah.
Like 3 million of them just sitting there now, right?
I didn't see that. They recalled a bunch of them?
Yeah, 3.5 million or something because they were blowing up. It's
What?
Yeah, it's just like you look at the video of the things and they're just like a guy pours hot water in the thing and just kaboom, like the thing just
Wow.
So that might make it exciting then when you got it on a laser.
Well, yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but they recalled all of them, and so now you're back to Yetis.
Daniel said for A1 Mini, PLA, PTG, PTU, or PVA.
For all of them, although TPU, by God, make sure your TPU is dry. That stuff will blister terrible if it's got moisture in it.
Yeah,
And you're going to have to be careful how you load it because it's being a flexible product that is very flexible going in, and it tends to want to kink and do weird things. You have to keep an eye on it. My first choice for if you're just starting out would be the PLA. Then you can move to the PET G once you're get a little bit under your belt with the PLA, because you're going to have to use higher temperatures in your hot end and your bed both.
Yeah.
So Roger, you're saying that you would suggest a different, being a noob. What's the reason why you would suggest that? Is there a big cost factor in savings because you're learning, or is it just the ease of use? Or
PLA is a lot easier to use than any of the others. That's where pretty much everybody starts out because it's so easy to use.
Yeah.
You get in. The other thing you might deal with TPU is a bed adhesion, because that can be a dickens sometimes. Don't be afraid to use a glue stick on TPU.
I usually find TPU sticks too well.
Well, on a PEI plate, it probably would stick real well, but on a
Yeah.
glass pad, you'll have a hard time.
Yeah, I almost, if I'm printing TPU, I don't generally heat the bed because it just basically glues it to the bed.
What are some? So I've used 95% PLA in my 3D printing experience, with the other 5% being PETG. What are the use cases for TPU and some of the other ones? Like where or what are you using them for?
Okay, I'm going to show you something I made out of TPU.
Okay.
So some people are going to freak out because of what I'm going to show you here, but it's bad for you. This is what's called a vape mod. This is glass up here. It's Pyrex glass. If this falls over or drops on the ground, this shatters. This guard here is made out of red TPU. And you need that flexibility so that you can pop it on over the top of the glass. And yes, I vape. I don't smoke, but I vape. So, and I know it's bad for you, but I do it anyway. I also run with scissors.
So what I'll tell you what I have made with TPU in the past. I used to have a golf simulator in my workshop. Actually, you never saw it on camera, but it was there. I used to make golf tees.
Oh, nice.
Just like a little platform that I could stick the golf ball on.
Yeah.
Yes, sadly, I needed the space in my workshop, so my golf simulator is no more.
Oh, that's sad.
It's actually still on the ceiling. I should take it down and sell it at some point.
Andy, do you care to share my sarcastic comment told you about freak out?
What about it?
Why I said that to you?
Oh, the reel that we created this week.
Yes.
Yeah. So if I don't know if I shared it here or not, but I hired my first employee, full-time employee, in-house. And so it's actually my brother-in-law, but he is mainly helping with YouTube production. And so that was actually the first one that we made.
It's cool.
Yeah. It's different than the last 5 years of Andy Bird Builds videos, but that's because it wasn't just me. But
It's a short.
Yeah, I was laughing. I
I'll
watched the
have
whole
to go
thing.
watch
too.
it.
you have to check it out. It's it was good.
No, it was good.
Yeah, I would love to have an editor for my stuff. It just
You
takes
need
so
to get one.
long.
I don't know
Well,
about you guys.
so I've tried. I tried. I did one video with a guy
Yeah.
who said he was an editor. It was okay, but it was. The problem is the way I shoot video. It's just not amenable to having. I can't just throw all this video in a pile and say go cut this. Because I don't generally shoot in any kind of chronological order, and it's really hard to put things together. So
Yeah. I've had an editor now for a local editor that I know for 3 years.
that's what I'd like. I'd like to have someone local.
I get tons of emails asking me, and every time.
Yeah, I mean, you can go to Fiverr and you can hire 1 million of them, but
Right.
but they're they're probably good editors, but they got to understand your workflow, and
Definitely. Yeah.
I really need somebody who can do that. I'm trying to convince my wife to quit her job and do it.
There you go.
So
I'd have to teach her how to use DaVinci, but
Manuel said I got a new ASMR P4 roller last week.
it's actually an M4, but yes.
Okay, M4. I just finished my order of 6 tumblers. Pretty happy. Only wasted 2 tumblers to get the settings and design right. Yeah.
Well, so the good news there is you have the settings now, so you shouldn't have to waste any more.
Write it down.
If it's things like alignment, little tip, you can really lower the power down and just stick blue tape all over a tumbler and engrave on that, so you get positioning and stuff right first. Then it's only a case of the settings on the tumbler, like to actually engrave through the powder coat. And the easiest way to do that is to just find some old tumbler and work on that.
Yeah. Good trick with the masking tape, though, for sure.
Yeah,
Good job, Mike.
that's what I do all the time.
Eli said I have several machines: a 4x4 CNC, 100-watt gantry CO2, a 40-watt CO2, and a 60-watt MOPA. My question is, how do I find clients to build a business?
You
gotta go start knocking on doors.
You work hard,
especially if you're going after businesses. That's usually where the money is with the businesses, because you get larger orders.
Keep in mind, and this is not to discourage you. This is to actually prevent you from being discouraged. You'll hit 100 of these businesses, and you'll get 2 of them.
Yep.
2 to 5 if you're lucky. 5.
And don't also get discouraged by the lighter fluid theory, meaning like all of a sudden you tend to get this and then a plateau, like the fire just keeps burning, and so you get excited about success and then you plateau.
Yeah,
because you can keep going, because what happens is your circle starts to grow and your customers start bringing you customers, and sometimes you start plateauing, and then you got to go out that inner circle and continue to grow your circle larger. Otherwise you will have just a kind of a consistent type business or a plateaued business.
Shameless plug, if you don't know what I'm about, is about this building a business, and I have a course called the CNC Side Hustle that you want a step-by-step chronological on how to go about it. You can check it out, the cncssidehustle.com.
Are you still giving away that $99 laser if they finish? Just kidding.
The drawing is it's like indefinite. I may never draw, so you can keep.
He's in love with that $99 laser.
I think I might. You know, one day I should. I still have it. I'm gonna pack it up and I'm gonna ship it to Rick's house.
Just build a really thick frame and put some glass on it and put the thing on the wall.
I should.
You know, that might not be a bad idea. To put it on the wall and just say,
do you have a fiber laser? You can engrave yourself a brass plaque for it. And
No, I'm serious. I think that might not be a bad idea, Andy, because we always say that people see a success story, they see this, they don't see this.
Yep.
So the fact that they would see that little tiny crappy laser in the background, I'm like, you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, I think I might do the video again. I mean, the video has over 1 million views.
Nice.
I still get messages. The link, or it's all
I
sold
shared it a
out.
couple
The
times.
link's broken. It's not $99 anymore. I'm like, guys, that was 3 years ago.
Yeah, I get. It's sometimes a little frustrating when people will say, "Hey, I watched this video and there's something not right." It's like, okay, that was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
We've all grown since then.
Yes.
So Valentine's is around the corner. Do you
That's
guys
true.
have any ideas that you're gonna promote or try to sell?
No,
I'm not even doing anything for it.
you always jump from one holiday to the next, man. You
Yeah, absolutely. I told you that those are impulse buys, right?
yeah. Oh, I get it. Yeah.
So my niche is memorial, but every holiday I make something. So
Yeah, I won't. Not for Valentine's Day. Yeah, Rick, do you make something completely new? Like, so Valentine's Day last year, are you going to use any of the same ideas this year, or just start from scratch?
So I kind of repurposed something. So when I was making those flower bed things, I don't know if you ever saw them for the graves, they're really expensive. They end up being expensive. So I started making these, right? But then I took the same exact item and I made it a saying on there, their anniversary, something, something saying love is, a poem, a scripture, whatever they wanted. I basically had a flat rate and said, I don't really care what you want me to write, within reason.
Yeah.
Right? Just script. And that did really, really well.
Nice.
So I'm gonna do that, and I've been doing the coasters now with these cork coasters. People have been sending me a ton of messages actually on Facebook. They were like, I didn't know you could laser engrave coasters.
What?
I mean, not coasters, cork coasters.
Well, let me tell you.
I'm like, and honestly, I wasn't doing anything that I thought was like inventing the wheel, so to speak. I thought that was like I was kind of late to the game, so to speak.
Yeah.
But I guess apparently a lot of people do slate, but not a lot of people do cork.
I did. I actually here. I'll show you what I did last week because I was. Here we go. So I made this. It's a. I'm not sure why the menu's sitting over here on the side, but here. No, that's not what I wanted. Anyway. Yeah, so it's acrylic. It's 3 layers of acrylic actually, and 2 different lasers to make this. The cutouts for acrylic, obviously, I used the Expo P2S, and the tree and the saying down below are engraved on there with a UV laser, so with a Commarker Omni one. This is I might look like I'm 20, but this is actually for my granddaughter. So
That's cool.
I was visiting her last week.
So is it like the stand up, sit on your desk type deal?
It's
or
actually got
sitting on the wall?
like alien tape on the back, so you can stick it on. It's about the size for a door, so
Okay.
it's like a name for a door.
Cool.
Yeah, it was just something I whipped up real quick. But
Yeah, that's awesome.
I've had a couple of people ask about those already too. So
Very cool.
I was talking to someone the other day. I think it's a great way to get started making and selling things is make something for a loved one. Make something that you enjoy. Make something, that someone else will enjoy. Like, and don't charge them any money, but just make it and give it to them. Take a picture of it and share it. Like that starts the ball rolling, and people bring you ideas. And like, hey, could you do this? I saw you did this, and that's really how. Have you guys found like that to be true as well?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's. I mean, I'm contractually obligated to love my granddaughter, so.
Yeah.
But you know, people, like I said, people have seen it and go, oh, you know, I'd like one of those, and they're actually really easy to make once you kind of get a. There's a couple of basic jigs to build, and after that, it works really well. So.
The other thing is, I said I confessed. I made a confession that I go to IKEA, right, and I buy those cheap cutting boards, laser engrave them, and I make a killing with those cutting
Yep.
boards. You know,
Well,
so
you can save even more money. Just go to like a dollar store and buy them because they're like.
the only thing is the
$5
IKEA ones are actually pretty beefy. They don't look like a dollar store. They
Well,
look
yeah, they're a
pretty-
little thicker. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can get the. You can. They have. I guess they're probably an inch or maybe an inch and an eighth thick.
Yeah, you almost could pass it off as if you know it was
Yeah.
made, right?
Yeah, but the thing with those boards is they're probably not going to ever be used for a cutting board anyway once you engrave them.
right.
So you know you can pay, you know, $15 at IKEA for one, or you can pay $5 at the dollar store and engrave it, and the person who gets it gets the same benefit.
Right. So, and if you have a social aunt or someone who knows a lot of people, or someone who's always posting on social media, and you gift that $8, $15 item to them, and they show it to the social media, that could definitely benefit you for sure.
Oh, I thought I had this question up already, but so I think Chad is learning a hard lesson about diode lasers.
Unless you're doing black acrylic, you're going to have a problem.
Diode lasers don't work well with acrylic. And to this point, my next video is going to be which laser should I buy? Not which brand or what, but here's what I want to do. Which kind of laser should I buy? Because I find people like this, they buy a laser and then they're a bit disillusioned because they can't do what they want it to do. So, Chad, for the real benefit here, if you want to cut acrylic, you need a CO2 laser.
Yeah. And if you're
Otherwise, you're going to be restricted to just pretty much just black.
Yeah, you can cut black acrylic with a diode laser.
And if you're looking for a CO2 laser, it won't break the bank. Like a Monport K40 is.
Yeah.
fairly
However,
good.
if you're going from a 20-watt laser to a CO2 laser, it might look like it's going to break the bank. It's quite a bit more money.
Yeah. But just keep in mind when it comes to CO2, cheaper generally means smaller. Right?
Yeah. Well, yes. Yeah, you can. I think you. Well, I think the K40s now, they've gone from 600 to 800 or something now. But
Right. Smaller
they are not. I would say don't buy a K40 if it's your first laser, because they tend to be more of an experiment than an appliance.
The only reason that I say is because if you Google K40s, right, there's a slew of people that are going to sell them. And the only difference between the Monport and a lot of other K40s is it has the upgraded boards.
Yeah.
It's compatible with Lightburn, and it's got a couple of bells and whistles that you probably have to do once you receive it home. That's the only reason. I'm not like, just being honest.
Yeah. So Jim and I have been talking offline all week about some Omni One anomaly, and he's got. I have talked to. So this is a hard question to answer because I've talked to a couple of people who've had problems with Omni Ones, but I will say that ComMarker has confessed to me this week that they have sold hundreds and hundreds of these things. So having two of them, like I know the number of people who've used my affiliate link. Thank you. It's not. I wouldn't say it's out of the ordinary to have a couple of them with problems, given the number that they've sold. I think the failure rate's actually pretty low, but I do know. So the other one I've been talking to, ComMarker's actually going to send him a new laser because it's just. I think he's got a bad controller on it. So this one, I don't know what the problem is with yours, Jim. It just seems like I just assumed maybe it was like the connectors. I mentioned the connectors, but who knows? Like The real problem, and not that I feel sorry for Commark or any laser company that makes fiber lasers, but I can sympathize because they don't actually make the laser itself. They put a box on an aftermarket, on a third-party laser. JPT or Coherent make all of these things.
Yeah.
In this case, I think the Omni one is a JPT module.
Yeah, J2P or Rakis, right?
It's not Rakis. Yeah.
Reyes.
Oh, Rakis is another one. Yeah.
Yeah. Those are like the two top names you'll see all the time.
Like none of these companies are sitting down with a crowd of engineers going, let's invent a new fiber laser. They just buy one off the shelf, which is why it's very hard for, if I reviewed another 60-watt MOPA laser, it would be hard to say, oh, this one's radically better than say a Commark or B6, because it's probably the same laser under the covers.
Yeah, that's why I was laughing about this 30-watt one when I saw another brand in the video, and I was like, they didn't even take that sticker off.
Yeah. Well, that's I think there's kind of tiers of integration. Like some of them, they buy the actual module. So the B6, they buy, like if you open a B6, there's a red box in there, and you know what that is. And then some companies actually just buy a pre-built laser and they stick their name on it.
Yep.
Or in this case, they didn't remove someone else's name. Hey, Gord.
Oh, that's my 3D printers in the background there. I have to have running, and I got to get caught up.
Yeah.
Truth
Any
is, you're trying to contact the
any chance you can mute while you're not speaking, Roger?
He's
Yeah, I might be able to do that.
It adds ambiance.
Did you see that they are announcing what supposedly Area 51 is, as if no one knew what Area 51 is?
No.
The government publicly announced what Area 51 is. Like, we already knew
What is it?
exactly what we know it is.
It's a parking lot for alien spaceships?
They didn't say that. They said that they're using for top secret area, restricted area to test new.
Yeah, it's
planes.
well, that's where like
But
the
what they didn't say
F-117
were getting the technology from.
the F-117 came out of there, right? And so did the
Right.
B-2, and I mean the F-117, like nobody even realized it was there until the Iraq War, and then all of a sudden these things are flying all over the sky, right? And so the element of surprise still matters in I'll say war. Not that I enjoy anything related to war, but
Absolutely.
Steve, does this is completely off topic. Does Canada have an Area 51?
I don't know. They don't talk about it.
So I did see something funny.
We're part of Five Eyes, so who knows? We probably know things.
I saw it on one of those was it United Nations meetings or whatever, NATO, where they have it live on TV.
I think it's the United Nations.
Yeah. So then it's the Prime Minister, right? That's what you guys call your president, right?
Yeah, we have a prime minister. He
Right.
generally doesn't pitch at the UN though.
So this was a couple years ago, and they said something about the UFOs, and he says that they're not like the United States. They don't have a UFO. And then the president of Mexico, not the woman, it was a couple years back, said that they can't deny the fact that there's UFOs, because nowadays everybody has a cell phone, and their Air Force chased UFOs through Mexico City, one of their biggest cities in Mexico, and the Air Force couldn't catch them. So they said, we tried. So we know that it's unidentified.
They were probably stopping for tacos or something.
Yeah.
So interestingly, there was a very famous
Mexico City. They flew all over.
back in the 50s. There was a very famous, mysterious crash not far from where I live, actually, in a place called Ketch Harbor, and it was all hush hush, and military divers went down and pulled a bunch of things out, and nobody really knew what it was, and it all just vanished. So who knows? Maybe we have one. It's not in my yard, so I don't know.
No, I think there's aliens for sure.
Why would they come here?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Dave said for A1 Mini, best nozzle size.
Well, I suggest you start with a 0.4. That's like the most common and most standard. And you can start playing around with the 0.2 for bigger stuff, and 0.8 if you want to really get big with stuff. 0.2 for finer lines. But yeah, 0.4 is that's pretty much the standard.
I only ever use 0.4. Just
I haven't experimented with anything else.
like if you use like a 0.8, it's like you're just laying down a bunch of rope, right? And
It looks like somebody drew it with a Sharpie.
yeah, it looks terrible.
Yeah, so we serve as a reality show to aliens.
Yeah,
Probably.
maybe they're just watching.
Yeah, it's like, look at these idiots. Because we use lasers, the aliens are watching us.
Yeah, they're wondering why we're using such old technology. I'm sure.
So they got a 0.2 and a 0.6, but haven't used them yet.
Well, the 0.2 will give you a really, really fine finish, but it also will take you twice as long to print it.
I think a better question is, what type of material do you use for your print head, your print nozzles?
Right. And where
do you use like one of those crazy ruby ones, or I just use plain old brass? But
well, I use hardened steel on mine, so I don't have to change them as often.
Well, yeah, because you're using the bamboo. They have a good steel nozzle, but
yeah,
the Kitty has a steel nozzle too. And as I have to change nozzles on the Corellities, I'm putting steel nozzles in.
yeah, I think I do. Well, not on my Creality here, but on one of my other 3D printers, I have a steel nozzle. I just kind of forget about it because it just works forever. But
yeah, so if you really want to wear out a brass nozzle in a hurry, print some carbon fiber.
Yeah,
that's like printing with sandpaper.
Yeah.
So Steve got that fancy background in the background, so Roger had to get the fancy background behind him, the two lasers.
Yeah, like, it's all virtual.
3D printers, I mean.
It's all virtual in Roger's background. Those aren't real. This is real.
Technology.
I moved my house to the edge of a cliff just for this video.
Yeah, marble PLA could be a little bit hard on the nozzle too.
Yeah.
It has the wood look, the stuff that looks like wood.
Yeah, I've used the wood stuff in the past.
But John said he'd seen a videotape of a company making diamond tip nozzles.
Yeah, it's so gimmicky though. It's like, do you really need a diamond tip nozzle? Like, I forget who was making the ruby ones.
Like real rubies?
Yeah. Well, the industrial, but
right, but still, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, little pink end on the bottom of a stainless steel nozzle.
Glow in the dark is very abrasive.
Huh.
Yeah, I've printed with some glow in the dark. Of course, that was a long time ago. I did that. Actually, I made some 3D printed coasters.
I thought you made rings.
3D printed coasters.
Glow in the dark rings.
Yeah, just a minute, I got one here.
Yeah, there you go. The tungsten nozzles.
Crazy.
So, they try. It's all marketing, though, right? Like, people try, like, oh, let's make them out of titanium because that's got to be good.
So, Andy, I got contacted by a CNC company yesterday. It said they have a 5th-axis CNC.
Yeah.
And they actually show it going down and then turning like this and then going that way. Have you seen this before?
I mean, it's more industrial.
Those are industrial, yeah.
Like machining centers. What were they like? Was it like a desktop machine? Or was it
4x8 or 4x4 that they, and then obviously way larger.
Yeah.
So
here's glow in the dark coaster, and it's got a bunch of little skulls all the way around it.
You say
it was made for a Halloween thing.
All right, turn the light off. Let's see it.
Oh, that's a lot of studio lights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have to turn 6 lights off.
Don't you have home automation?
Not up here.
I got one button on my screen that turns off my whole studio.
Clark said the diamond tip nozzles are made from, what is that? Ink
four
in
canal.
Yeah.
Printers. They are made from diamonds. They are man-made diamonds. There you go. you don't know, now you know.
Now you know.
What are you drinking, Roger?
Oh, gotta get a can of it out of the coaster or the koozie here. It's called Honker's Ale. If you're from the Midwest, around the Chicago area or in Illinois, you'll know what this is. Made by Goose Island Brewing in Chicago.
It looks like a can of Campbell's soup.
That doesn't taste that way.
Roger's just hating because Canadian beer is like drinking shots of whiskey.
Well, you know, if you're gonna drink beer, you might as well know you're drinking something, right?
Yeah, oh my God, man, it's
like
what the hell?
like getting drunk isn't supposed to be an all-day event.
Man, that's crazy. The beer is definitely
There are some beers here that are like wine. They're like 9-10%.
Yeah, it's crazy. Clack said, "I have how do you say this again? Canal suppressor for all my carabines. It's awesome to see a 3D printed Bang muffler."
Well, you're going to get into the silencers next.
I did see YouTube already showing up saying 3D printed silencers.
It's got to be like a one-time use thing.
I didn't watch it.
Which is a little disturbing in itself. But.
Yeah. Well, then you start. I forget what it was a website that guy put every single gun you could imagine the files to download for a 3D printer for free, and they kept trying to get them taken down. They kept posting them up. They call them ghost guns.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
They're actually a problem here.
Yeah, ghost guns.
Yeah, it's just we're one crazy event away from having 3D printers licensed, right? Like it's just insane.
Yeah, but apparently these free downloadable files, they're like legit. Like they're not.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. It's a race to the bottom when you drink. So we do have a joke here in Canada, and I'll try not to be profane, but the joke is what do canoes and American beer have in common?
What?
They're both effing near water. Or sex in a canoe, sorry. There, I screwed up the joke. Sex in a canoe and American beer.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. First time I drank a beer, I was like, whoa, man, good Lord.
You know,
how's that playing?
It wakes you up and then puts you to sleep.
Oh, put you to sleep, one of the two.
Sleep, yeah.
So at 7:28, Roger, what time did you want to pull the raft?
Oh, let's do it about 7:45.
Okay. You heard it there. So if you guys had just joined the live and you didn't see it earlier, I will.
Uh-oh.
Here's what we're giving away. Rotary chuck, made by Rotary, but you can use it on any diode laser or CO2 laser for that matter. This hooks into the Y where your Y stepper motor would be. And this is the kind of the fancy version with the multi-use chuck on it. And this is brand new, never opened. So somebody's going to get lucky here tonight. Is this what they call dead air time, where it's just me here? Everybody else is here.
Rick removed us all.
I don't like.
Remove this so you can be bigger.
Yeah, but you silenced us.
I didn't silence you.
Yes, you did. We were all offline except for Roger.
Oh, you can still talk. We can still hear you. We just can't see you. Yeah, but so in order to get entered, you put hashtag Shop Talk Live in the comments, and there's an app running in the background that will pull it. And you have to subscribe to each one of our channels, and it's in the bottom there. Comment on at least one video, share at least one video. You can do more than one if you want, and that's how you get entered. So subscribe, share, comment.
So I, on a completely different topic, since we're all YouTubers, I was going to ask if any of you have been keeping up with the whole honey debacle.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to hear, like, since everybody's streaming into the live stream here anyway on the comments, if people have the honey plugin installed in their browsers.
So, Roger, you want to give a little?
so Honey is this supposed automatic discount finder for your browser. So if you're online shopping, anytime it finds a link that leads to a store, they will look, in theory, they'll look for coupons to say, hey, there's a coupon for this and we can give you a discount. But what they've been doing, and there's now a class action suit started, which is good. What they've been doing is they've been replacing links completely, even if there isn't a coupon. So think about all your affiliate links. If somebody with Honey in their browser goes to your page and clicks your affiliate link, you will not get credit for it. And
Oh yeah, I've read about that.
Yeah, they figure YouTubers are losing, up to 15% of their affiliate revenue. And, for people listening who aren't YouTubers, they might say, well, good on you, who cares? But that's a big chunk of where YouTubers' revenue comes from, right? And I actually dove into the technology here to see how it works, and it's like, yeah, this is not good, because I didn't agree to let them modify my page, and that's what they're doing.
And so a couple interesting things. One, the parent company of Honey is PayPal.
It's PayPal.
Whoa.
Yeah. PayPal bought them a while ago.
And the other thing is that I believe the class action lawsuit was filed by YouTubers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, there's also some American lawyer. I don't know if he's representing YouTubers or not, but I saw some video the other day where he's talking about signing up for the class action.
You may get a little something at the end of the day. Who always wins those is the lawyers on both sides, right? They're the one that walks away with the bag.
Yeah, well, the lawyers always win. Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, who cares, right? As long as this material gets stopped, right? So yeah, Rakuten, I don't think they do it the same way.
If
I
they
know I had
did,
the
they don't
Capital.
now.
I had a Capital One plugin, and I ended up getting rid of it because it was just aggravating me.
Yeah.
It kept popping up with I'm like, forget this Capital
Yeah.
One.
So the real problem with Honey, like it's a problem for people who have it installed too, because they're professing to find you discounts. But what's happened is companies are signing up with Honey saying, use my coupon and we'll cut you a bit of a deal. So Honey's actually dealing those coupons to end users, and they aren't the best deals.
That's crazy.
So people who aren't paying Honey protection money, you're basically losing out if you're trying to sell something to an end user too. So this is like, it's a big breakdown in the whole understanding of consumerism, right? Like there's a buyer and a seller, and they build a relationship, and what's happened is Honey is jumping into the middle of that and creating a chasm, and they're basically profiting from that. So I would ask anyone who has Honey installed, delete it out of your browser, because it's not good for anybody.
Hey, Herb, how's it going, brother?
Anyway, that's my soapbox for tonight. Hopefully,
Yeah. It's just crazy, man. All this technology, all these things. Sometimes, and you would hope people are honest, but
I mean, for me, I make a reasonable amount of money on affiliate marketing, but it all gets plowed back into my channel. But when you look at people like Marquez Brownlee, or these guys that are like, have hundreds of millions or millions at least of subscribers, they're losing a lot of money.
Probably millions.
Oh, easily.
Yep.
And it's not that I want to lose 10%, but 10% of my income on YouTube is a lot less than one of those guys, right? And I don't have a staff. I don't have a 20,000 square foot studio like Marquez does, or it's just
say yet.
So yeah, it's just crazy. It's just driven by greed, right? And it's just crazy.
Yeah, and I think it's like things like this to YouTubers, I guess stand up for themselves, and it's interesting because everybody just thinks there's a giant misunderstanding from the consumers of YouTube of what like a creator actually does, right? And like what is involved. And by no means is it's like, well, look at us, but especially when you look at these, like, these even us, it's like producing a TV show. Yeah, we may be doing it on our own, but what goes into, like, especially these big creators, like their staffs are just like producing your favorite TV show. And that's what goes into creating these videos. A lot of money, a lot of time to produce this content. And there's a disconnect where, people understand that to like professional, I guess you watch something on TV, but that's not translated or understood on the YouTube when it comes to YouTube.
Clack said, y'all make money? Hey, Clack just jumped on the StreamYard bandwagon with us. So even a small production like ours, I mean, it's over $1,000 a year.
Yeah,
Let's
I do.
what we do.
I do get a kick out of people. Somebody made a comment when in the ComMarker B6 video I did, because hey, it's a $5,000 laser, and somebody made a comment about getting it for free, and all I'll say is, it is hardly free. It's so that video took me probably 20 hours to make. And in 20 hours of working in my shop, I can make a heck of a lot more than $5,000. So it's, I'd like to think it's a labor of love to bring technology to people, but yeah, it's not free.
Zach said all they need to do is replace like 1 in 100 links into that TOS, and they're doing this as the price of business support their company, and most would probably be fine with it. Yeah.
Well, the thing, I mean, this is true. Like I would be finer with it if they were only breaking 1 of 100 of my links, but they're changing the links even if the customer isn't using their service. Yeah. And they're basically the last person in line, so they have their hand out to the seller, like the actual company that is selling the thing, saying we sold it, and you're 20 hours of working to do a video are basically for naught at that point, right?
Yeah.
I know it sounds a bit like YouTubers whining, but this is where, I mean, I do this full time, right? So
yeah, me too. And now I'm paying someone's salary.
Yes.
Is banking on me, to do that. And I think this idea that something is free, there's nothing that is free. It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
I don't care what it is. There is nothing free. Unless your grandmother left you an inheritance. Maybe that's the closest thing I can think of. But
yeah, and deal. I mean, Clack is on too. He can comment, but people, like companies who say, "Oh, can you do a review?" They're not happy with just a review now, right? They got to do like, "Are you doing 5 projects with my laser or whatever?" And it's like, what do you want me to say? I'll use it when it's appropriate. I'm not going to just do a project just because I'm using your laser.
So Clack says 259 days to his retirement. It's funny. Yesterday, I sent my wife a screenshot of my 401k, and it said 15 years left till retirement.
15 years?
Yes.
Holy cow.
Sucker. Oh, man.
I took early retirement, so,
Yeah.
When you look at your job and you look at your bank account and you look at your boss and you go, that's it, I've had enough of this crap.
Yeah. Easier said than done. But
my soapbox for the night is companies. Don't worry if you are a company watching this, I love you. No hard feelings. But my soapbox is free machines do not pay my bills. Yeah. And when someone is trying to make a living, someone just said, I don't understand Zentero said, I don't understand when people get upset by YouTubers trying to make a living. So when you offer me a free machine, one, you are highly leveraged in that because you don't have you obviously there's a markup. So let's say you have a $5,000 machine retail value that you're giving me. That's costing you, I don't know,
1,200.
Well, it depends where it comes from, but
Yeah.
Depends where it comes from.
It could be easily 50% of that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, $2,000. So, which is generous, but at the end of the day, that's why I stopped. 2 years ago, I stopped. I don't respond to anybody with free machines because at the end of the day, unless you're going to pay me, I can't afford to do a review video, pay an editor, my time.
They take a lot of time too. I'd rather do project videos because you can do them a lot quicker.
And they get more views too, to be honest. You know what
Yes,
I mean? Like,
and they tend to be evergreen, right? Like a laser is like it's hot today, but tomorrow no one cares, right? So
right.
Yep. And with that too, a lot of people, especially companies and users, I'll be 100% candid with everybody here. What I made on YouTube last year from YouTube, they're like, well, you get paid through views, right? You make a video, you get paid through views. So I did just over 5 million views in 2024 on YouTube. 5 million views. You guys probably can do the math, but they paid me $27,000 for 5 million views. I made over 50 videos, 5 million views. Now, I don't know about where you all live, but I can't live on $27,000.
Right. The only thing is, Andy, is Steve is paid way more than us.
not way more, but
Yes,
Canada
you
has
are.
the second highest RPM in
yep.
the world,
Yes.
right? So
You do. All right, it is way higher than us. You just
And
said the second highest in the world. That's way higher than us.
And so that is I mean, that's impossible. So when everybody's like, oh, Andy, and I get this locally from people that know me, like they think that I am like ranking it in and I have like piles of cash just stashed in my garage. Like, guys, like, hey, so that's where it's vitally important if anybody's considering doing a YouTube channel and doing it full time and you need to pay the bills, you have to develop additional revenue sources around your channel that are helpful, that add value, and just like any other business, right? Like my course, anything that adds value to my viewer, because it's not just about extracting value. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in Rick, you said that a bunch about like turning and burning. I'm not going to show you a machine and then show you the next one and then show you the next one just because, right? So it's about building a sustainable business, and you have to do that in order to do YouTube full time. You have to.
Yeah. If you want it to be your income, And like everything I make in YouTube, I just put back in my channel, right? I don't.
Yeah, pretty much same with me.
I don't take a salary out of my YouTube stuff at all.
So my YouTube is not my full-time gig. I'm a lineman, so that pays my bills. And my YouTube, pretty much everything I make, just goes back into buying more toys, right? And I'm doing it because to me that's relieves my anxiety. I enjoy doing it, But at some point in time, that I'm going to have some pretty kick-ass tools that could create a really nice income that when maybe I'm not working, that it could be something, or maybe it could build to something to, be a level. But people tell me all the time too, Rick, why don't you quit your job? You're making so much money. And I'm like, I don't think you realize how much money I make. Like I make a high 6-figure salary. I just, I can't quit making, 6 coasters a week. You know what I mean? That's got to have to be, you know what I mean? There has to be.
You got to make 12, man.
You know what I mean?
The economics don't make sense for you. What you would have to do, is it possible on YouTube? Sure. But what you would have to do and the time you'd have to put in, the economics doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah, to make a real salary on YouTube, you need like 2 million subscribers.
Yeah, but the one thing that I did notice is that YouTube, they get mad, right? Because you take a YouTube video and you post it on Facebook, right? So Facebook wants you not to take the YouTube video and post it on Facebook. They want you to upload the video as a reel.
Yeah.
And they'll start monitoring your content. And once your YouTube page is like, I got a check today from Facebook. It was like $2.86. And I started laughing so hard. You know what I mean? And then in the comments, they literally tell you like how to improve. And it says, it shows reels. You've got thousands, this and this and this, all these views that you start uploading reels. All
right. So I lied to you guys. I lied to everybody. So I just did 2024 for YouTube Studio here. I did 5,300,000, 3,651 views in 2024. And YouTube paid me $22,953.57.
Right.
So your beer money, basically.
Yeah, right.
All right.
So my RPM, I don't even know where I find this.
We'll roll it up to an average, but
my RPM is $4, and last year it was $4.50.
Wow. See, mine's like 14.
Yeah.
If I made $14, if I made $10 more per 1,000 views, oh my goodness.
That's what I'm telling you. So I think we should all get VPNs and say we live in Canada.
No, we don't. We don't allow that sort of thing. Anyway, you got to give away Roger's Rotary. I have to step off here for a second.
Okay.
Hey,
all right. So it's actually time. We said, go ahead.
One thing real quick.
Yeah.
We need to make Canada the 51st state. It would solve our RPM problems.
All right. Let me go ahead and share my screen really quick here.
Jokes.
Giving this away here. So Rick's going to pull the screen up and we'll find out who the lucky person is.
You guys see my screen?
Yep.
All right. Draw. Dun, 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 dun.
Ooh.
Boy, he gets lucky.
Did he win before?
Yes, he did.
Awesome.
David, are you in the building? David, are you in the building?
Yeah, have to be present to win.
Come on, David. Just goes to show, guys, like, look, David has won multiple winnings. Being a loyal subscriber can pay off. Come on, David. Please say you're in here. Uh-oh. How long should we give him?
I'll give him another minute.
Where's David at? All right, another minute.
7:48. We'll give him a minute. Come on, David. Don't miss out on it. I made a mistake one time. We selected a winner to closing that out, and I've never done that again. I always leave it open just in case.
Where's David at?
Come on, David. My son's obsessed with that book. No, David.
I really haven't heard of it.
Never heard it? It's basically a little bad kid. His mom's always yelling at him. No, David. Come on, David. Oh, it's 1 minute. All right, let's pick another drawing.
Yeah, draw again.
Oh, he said I'm here. Should I count it?
Well,
yeah, I mean,
you better. You didn't draw another name yet.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
Okay.
Got in.
David, you got in nick of time. We're gonna honor that. I guess it wasn't shown yet.
There's a little bit of a lag, you know.
All right, David. Let me go ahead and send you my email. Please do send me an email. As the rules are, make sure that you are subscribers to all of our channels. You do at least share one video on each channel. You do at least comment on one video on each channel.
Correction, Andy.
Yeah.
My RPM for 2024 was $16.44.
See what I'm saying? I told you. That's insane.
All right, I need someone to do the math. I can't even. Seriously, that just ruined my night.
I'm sorry. I'll buy you a beer. You come to the East Coast. I'll buy you a beer.
You can afford it. I mean,
$960,000, right?
He says those are Canadian dollars, though. What's the conversion?
No, that's is this? Yeah, this is probably already converted. So that's still going to be like, I don't know, $13 probably, $12.
Right.
Certainly more than.
Right. So per thousand. So if it was, let's say 6 million, 7 million, so that's 600,000, right?
You see, Clack said 2117. Where's Clack at?
He's in Clanton, Alabama. Maybe you need to move out of Kentucky, man.
What's happening here?
I know.
I don't even know what mine is. I never really looked.
Mine vary based on the video.
How in the world?
Scott said,
now you're going to send me down a rabbit hole.
Yeah. No, and I, Andy, I hear you, because I do that a lot with manufacturers, and they're trying to haggle. I've even had, if you've seen on our group page, there's some manufacturers posting some pretty expensive, insane lasers, and they're like, we'll give it to you at a dealer cost, 50% off. Well, that just means their cost, right?
Yeah.
That's what that means.
Yep.
And I'm like, no, because then I'm working for free. No, you're not. I says, yeah, then I'm working for free.
Yeah, Clack brings up the right answer here. Study the algorithm. I spend a lot of time on the algorithm.
You're sure it's RPM and you're not looking at CPM, right?
I'm looking at RPM.
What's your CPM?
Some of my videos, the RPM is like $68, $70. The average for all of my videos, including the ones that are stinkers, is over 16. But I'm looking at one here that's 68.
I have spent a lot of time a lot of time and money studying the YouTube algorithm. A lot. I would actually say I know that better than how to run this laser behind me.
Yeah, see, I got some that are like $56.55, then $32.85, $14.38, and then I have some that are like $3.42. So it just depends on the video, what they're giving me.
Yeah. So Zach says it's all about keywords. Actually, keywords don't matter a whole lot anymore. They're good. So your keywords should just be a bunch of spelling mistakes, things that people will spell wrong.
Yeah, like what's my highest?
Okay, a couple questions. You all don't use mid rolls.
No,
I do.
Okay.
I mean, if it's a long video, a mid roll will get put in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my beware
more than 8 minutes, but
yeah, my beware pump and dump video, $56.55 RPM.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm poor.
Yeah, but then, like I said, the nano laser, my RPM is 51 cents.
wow.
You know what I mean? Like, what? Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's all about how much people want to advertise on that particular video,
Yep.
right?
It's like an auction, literally.
Yep, it is.
So, yeah, well, very excited for someone who did for David, who's winning the rotary arm. Definitely like to see what you make with it. That's cool. And Roger, thank you for gifting that to our subscribers.
No problem. We'll come up with a few other things here in the future to give away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they pay Clack more because he's got a drone video. It is a nice video, though.
The weird thing is like he's in Alabama, so like geographically,
he's next door.
He's next door.
You got to say Alabama. Like Forrest Gump.
Let's do it, Clack. We should have a business meeting.
Now, where I live, I can't fly a drone, not even at 6 feet off the ground. Because I'm within 2 miles of a airport. Yep.
YouTube likes rednecks. It's probably like DEI stuff.
Yeah. Let me check.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I've been spending a lot more time on the algorithm over the last few months.
I got it, Dave. I'll just verify you met the requirements, which I'm sure you did since you're a loyal subscriber.
There you go. YouTube likes rednecks. That sounds like a good T-shirt, Clack. You should get that.
I'm pretty sure they don't. But anyways.
He's threatening them with his the blue man power, you know.
I think Andy's gonna cry. Jeez.
Oh man.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm dumbfounded.
So thank you, Glass, for all the giveaways.
See, it depends. It depends when you spent all the money on your study of the algorithm, because the algorithm changes all the time. Right? They find more ways to screw YouTubers. I think
it's been nonstop. Yeah,
I did get invited to the YouTube boot camp thing there to
you did?
Talk to them. Yeah, so I said, sure, I'll go. Why not?
Cool.
Which one
I just got declined.
It's the thing that Rick was doing too, where they get you into a huddle and say, "Hey, what can we do to make YouTube better?" And the answer, I'm sure, is always pay me more.
Yeah, no, and it pays pretty good. So
yeah, I mean, it's if I was doing YouTube for money, I wouldn't do it. But
when they do the one-on-ones that are like 2 hours long, an hour long, they're a decent amount of money. When they're ones that are like 10 minutes. Like they just sent one out today, and they said I wasn't qualified, which I was like, "What were you trying to do?" Because the pre-qualification questions were, "What race are you?" And I put I'm Hispanic and Native American. The terms, right? Am I going by they, he, whatever? And I just put him, he, or whatever. And then am I gay or straight? And I put I'm straight. And it said I wasn't qualified, and I was like, okay.
Bet you regret that orientation now, don't you?
I was like, I don't know.
Clack went to CES and Ventari. I was going to go, and Extil invited me to go too, but as it happened, I had to go deal with my parents over the last week, so I couldn't have gone. So it was too bad. Maybe next year.
One thing I was mad is I didn't make it to that Lightburn show. I really wanted to go, especially because it was like 20 minutes with Roger and I. Yeah, I got stupid sick and I just couldn't go. COVID and all that was going around in my house, so it sucked. But I heard it wasn't all that great anyways. I heard it was like more like a sales pitch.
Yeah, it's not really the right thing to have a conference about.
Yeah. I just thought it'd be cool networking, you know what I mean? Meet people. But oh well.
Yeah, I'd like to go to Workbench Con.
Vegas. I don't know, man. Us all in Vegas, we might get in trouble.
Well, I could get arrested for being a foreigner, but
What's that movie?
Ocean's 11?
No. I haven't watched that movie. Where it's the four guys go to Vegas and they could do all kinds of crazy stuff.
The
Hall Pass or something like that.
I forget what's called.
No, the guy's getting married. What is it?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they made a sequel of that too.
Yes.
Several, yeah.
Yeah. That'd be us. Why did you go live? We can't talk about it. We formed bonds.
The Hangover. There it is.
The Hangover, yeah.
A whole
Well, I saw-
bunch of people smarter than we are now posting it in the chat.
So one
Yeah.
comment there about he and his wife have their business meetings in the hot tub. My wife and I do that too in the summertime. You know, yeah, you can probably find a way to write that off. It'd be kind of a gray area. Although when I go to Mexico and other I'm doing live streams from there, that's a business expense.
There you go.
Boom. I agree.
Yep, and it's legitimate too. The accountant even says, yeah, business expense. You're making videos down there.
Yeah. There you go. So very, very cool. You guys got any upcoming cool projects? Oh, hey, I wanted to say something, Roger, to Andy. I kind of said on Facebook that I was, in the market to looking for the CNC, and I think I said it last week, but I just wanted to say it again that people made assumptions immediately, like, oh, so you're kind of going to go hard on the CD because CNC now with Andy kind of in your corner, huh? Is he going to teach you the business? He's going to give you the course for free? And I said no. And they said, well, he wouldn't give it to you free. I said, I didn't even ask. And they said, well, why wouldn't you ask him? I said, because that's how he makes a living. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when you want to support someone for a business, you shouldn't ask them for a discount. To me, at all. Like when a plumbing company, a buddy of mine comes, and I say, hey, I need help with this, or somebody comes, I don't ask them for a discount. Now it's different if you're in a financial bind, right? Your car breaks down and you can't afford to get it fixed, and you say, hey, can you give me some kind of discount? But to ask something for free or do something, I don't know. But I'm all about bartering now because I know most of my friends are in the trades. So it's different to say, like, hey, can you help me with my garage door and I'll go over and put 220 in your garage? Or can you help me with this? Or can you weld this for me and I'll do this for you? I'm good with that. You know what I mean?
I'm guessing with my RPM, Andy's not going to give me a free course.
No.
I'm not
going to send you a bill.
You all, hey, I'm bored. If I did 5.3 million views with your RPM, shoot.
Yeah, I had it was around a little less than 2 million.
So I'm telling you, $690,000.
I really want to cuss right now.
$690,000.
Well, I'd invite you to Canada, but we're making it harder for you to come up here. So
once it becomes a state, though, we can just go right over the border.
Yeah, when it's 51st state, you're gonna know the feeling that I have.
Then you'll see. Then I'll be poor too.
Yeah, and the other thing too is like you wonder what YouTube. Clack says, I have over 100K subs. So, what is that a factor?
I don't think so. I think it's literally like you said, every video is an auction, right? And it's really literally what what they're willing to pay. That's why I told you, like the video I made that says some YouTubers are pump and dumps. Don't listen to pump and dumps. I can pay, that's $56. But then I did the longer nano video and they're giving me like 81 cents.
Yeah, in the YouTube world, subs are a vanity number, right? It's just hey, look at me, I got 100,000 subscribers, and
no, that's not what
it's all
pays
about views
right?
now, right?
Yeah,
it doesn't pay you anything. But one thing it does do, it is a vanity metric, but it does build trust.
Yes,
it does build trust.
But the only thing that it can hurt you on is that when you post a video, if your own subscribers or subs that don't watch your videos, or you don't have a longer, what do they call it?
Need a retention rate too.
When your retention rate is low on your own subscribers, then they tend not to promote you as much. Mm-hmm. So, like for instance, some of my videos, it'll say like 80% of the views are from non-subscribers. I don't have 2 million subscribers. But if I had 2 million subscribers and 80% of my views were not my subscribers, and my subscribers were, growing like crazy, then they would assume it's not good content.
Yeah. Clack points out they're returning viewers. Like when I put a video up, sometimes it's half of the people who subscribe to my channel watch it, right? Returning viewers. It's hit or miss, though. Sometimes it takes a while, but sometimes it takes 6 months for them all to catch up. But it's getting better recently. Like I see more returning viewers.
So, Steve, I know the same company reached out to you that reached out to me that wanted us to take this YouTuber course. promotion thing.
Yeah. I don't pay much attention to those.
Yeah, I don't know. I was debating it. I was thinking I was going to try it for a month and see what happens.
Yeah,
You know?
I don't know.
I was reading a lot of the reviews and what they're saying. These one-on-one coaches, you know, I guess it's hit or miss. You get a good coach or not, right? But
Yes.
everyone on the roster is somebody. Like, you go to their names, they are YouTubers.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So, I think I might try it for a month and see what happens. All of a sudden, you see me, you know, my views go crazy up or something. Then whatever.
Yeah, I'll let you spend your $100 and then you can tell me how.
Yeah, I thought it was 100 or 125, right? Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes you can put a video up that has really nothing to do with your channel. It's just kind of off the wall topic. I did one not too long ago here on the luggage tag scam, and I just looked here, it's got 48,000 views already, and the retention rate on it is 86%.
Right.
So you know that one's going to pay a little bit. Plus, I have an affiliate link in there, and I know that a lot of people hit that because the Amazon link to those tags, they sold out.
Yeah, the interesting thing is, like, obviously, being a YouTuber for 5 years, like, I know click rate, I know retention, I know watch time, I know returning viewers, like, I know, like, all this stuff. And to do that many views in a year, obviously you are, and my retention rates are, I bet if we compared, they're very similar. And returning viewers, Steve, the way you described it, it's very similar to mine. And I think it has more to do. So one thing that I think it has to do with is demographics, viewer demographics.
Yeah.
You know, age. You know, and there's a lot of different just demographics, right, that people are trying to get in front of.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing is, like, Steve, throw you out of it. You're in a different country, whatever. But like Clack, for example, no offense, Steve. No offense to my Canadian friends. The interesting thing is being geographically similar, right? I'm in Kentucky. He's in Alabama. And having a 3 or 4x difference in RPM with similar content, similar niche, right? He has Shapeoko content, you know, items that sell content, very similar. And to have a 4x difference in RPM really has me baffled in what actually. So I'm gonna do a ton of research. I probably won't sleep tonight, but so Clack, before I don't sleep tonight, confirm that you're looking at RPM and not CPM, because my CPM on my CPM is looking right here.
Clack, Andy just said, "Hold my beer." He's on his way. You're gonna drink in the garage tonight. He's gonna learn something tonight.
Where's my CPM? I just saw it.
Yeah, he wants your email.
Videos.
He's gonna send you a screenshot.
My CPM was similar to your RPM. So yeah. Andy at andybirdbuilds.com. So yeah, it's just interesting. I thought I was normal.
It says Clack gets away more because he has cats running around and he talks to them.
Well, that's why I brought the dogs in tonight. They're too small to see, though. That's the problem.
I just looked mine up. My RPM last year was 1120.
1120, yeah. The other thing too is like there's a lot of things that go into RPM. It's not just, you know, they put in like channel memberships.
Yeah.
Premier.
I just got a $200 bonus last month.
Yeah.
Because I posted 2 members only videos.
Yeah.
So and then YouTube told me that if I start posting members only videos, that they will guarantee that they will start sending me people who will be willing to be a member. I said, okay. But that was part of that board thing I was on. Well, I'm still on.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I got $200.
Yeah. So my CPM is $20.37. So that's how much advertisers are paying.
Right, and then RPM is what you get paid.
And RPM is what I'm getting paid. So why am I getting paid 25%?
Was
what advertisers
was
are
it
paying?
something you said?
Right.
know, right?
But what I'm saying is, so if you look and you're not looking at, if you look at the list where it shows all your videos, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I'm looking at like
So
the average for the whole year.
right. So click on manage videos, right? And then it's going to show you, then click on analytics. And then at the bottom where it shows your top content for this period, right?
Yes.
So if you click on show more, and then click the plus and show your RPM and your CPM, it'll show you for everything. Did I go too fast? So that's how I was looking at it. And I'm telling you, like, not all my content pays the same. So when you're looking at,
Right.
if you were to try to basically make the money, you could literally see, well, this type of content is paying $50, and this type of content, like I said, the longer nano only paid me like 81 cents, but the pump and dump was, what was it? $56.55. So if I wanted to make, I could make more that type of content, you know, to, you know, make more money through the algorithm. So you could do the same thing if you're noticing you're making certain type of content. So even though it's kind of the same, for whatever reason, maybe because someone wants to advertise bits on that video, or they want to advertise lenses for the laser, or some kind of blanks, it's the market who's bringing it. It's the auction.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I like
I'll
looking at it in that analytic view, so I can see all my videos.
Yeah. I know. I like that idea. I think that makes a lot of sense. You know, and maybe there's one that's weighting it down. I don't know, you know.
Right. Or just start making more content that you see that has a real high number.
Yeah. And here I know we went down this YouTube path tonight, but here is where you get into a YouTuber's dilemma, right? Do you start making videos that you get paid more, even if it's not the video that you want to make? It's easy for Steve to say.
I can't do that. Well, yeah, it's, I don't, like, my bread and butter doesn't come from YouTube.
Right.
YouTube is a passive hobby for me. Right? Well, an active hobby, I'd say. But
same with me. It's an active hobby, and it generates a pretty nice little cash income. I just looked to see what my ad revenue was for the last 28 days. That ad revenue last 28 days was $1,728. You know, so I mean that's not something you're going to live on.
Right. Right. So to Andy, to your point, like if I was to do a review on a laser, right, and so I get $200, let's just say, right, but on that same exact laser, if I just made a challenge coin and I got 1 million views, I make more money on the. It seems like I get more views sometimes on making something and more retention on making something than on the review of the item itself. And that's why I add timestamps, because then I see my retention go up. Because then if at least something they don't want to see, like Steve says, Rick, why do you do the unboxing portion? Right. So let's just say I don't want to see that. At least then if I put the timestamp, they can just click past it. Because if I didn't put the timestamp, they may just, you know.
Yeah, I tend lately, over probably the last 6 months, I've been putting chapters back in.
Yep. That helps me a lot.
Yeah, well, it's more of a mental thing for me, but it is interesting when you look at the analytics and you see a little blip one way or the other and you go, okay, what was happening then? Oh, it's like a chapter change, right? Yep. So it tells you what people are interested in.
Right. Yeah, it's just really interesting. And so that's the dilemma, right? Like you might start seeing some higher RPM videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is
Or
Andy making-
newsflash: Andy Bird quits YouTube.
This may be the last time you ever hear from me. Andy Bird might be over with.
No, but honestly though, that's exactly it. Like seriously, if you looked at something and your regular content is averaging $18 and some off the wall random videos you're doing are in the $50 and $60 range, that's how you pay your bills. You may see your content totally change.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. So, here's a good example from Nintendo. Doesn't subscribe to review channels. I guess then doesn't subscribe to mine. I try to find a reasonable balance. Like I want to make sure people understand the technology that's out there, but at the same time, I'm not going to do what well, there's so many of them that just do reviews, right? And that's all they do. And it's like, I want to actually, for myself, I want to do more projects, but sometimes you need people to understand lasers. Like the question came up tonight about, I bought a diode laser and I can't cut acrylic. Well, a good review could have helped with that, right?
Yeah. No, 100%.
The other thing is I think like with review videos, you think about. I know advertisers think about the intent of the viewer. When they're coming to look at a review video, they're most likely there's a large percentage of them in the market to buy.
Yep.
So they're a warmer customer. So advertisers are willing to pay more. At that point, right, to get in front of them. But yeah, it's just really interesting. It's wild. Like,
so have you guys heard of Time to Make Something?
Yes.
So he literally goes on YouTube and was crying, like literally crying. I'm losing my business. Things aren't going good, like venting, right? But like losing it on, and going through his growing pains on YouTube of a cash flow issues, problems. He's trying to expand his business. So sometimes that, whatever. But then today or a couple days ago, he posted a video that said he's like over $8 million. And I'm like, I'd love to have your problems. So when you're saying when you're literally in tears, like you're having cash flow problems, you make $8 million this year. Like we have a different mentality what a cash flow problem is. You know what I mean?
Well, he could have blipped from 8.1 down to 8. You don't know.
Right, but what up? $8 million. Next time you cry on YouTube, I'm gonna give you hate.
I find the best way to survive YouTube is to not pay a whole lot of attention to what other YouTubers are doing,
right?
Like on a revenue perspective, right? It's like, I'm not going to be Mr. Beast. I don't want to be Mr. Beast. I'm happy to do what I do, and hopefully I help people. That's all I care about. So,
but like, look at Matthew Peach. You know Matthew? Yeah. He actually even said he was interested in joining one of our lives. All his content, when you watch his early content, it was like on tools and certain tools. And now all his content is just based on projects, right?
Yeah.
And I asked him one time, like, don't you have a laser? And what's cool about him is that he has like badass tools, right? Because he is a woodworker. But his YouTube channel, he doesn't always pull out these flashy tools because not everyone can afford that.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's always the tedious balance, especially in the laser business, right? Like a lot of people who watch my channel, some of them don't even have a laser yet. Some of them have like an entry level laser, and then you pitch like a $5,000 laser at them, and they go, "Wow, geez, this is out of my realm." But and you have to be sensitive to that for sure. But at the same time, it lets people know what's out there, because if they actually do want to turn their side hustle into a business, then you need different equipment, right? You can't make it as a maker with $100 diode laser, right? It's just not going to happen.
Right.
Yeah. And that's one of the reasons why I've got a lot of dominoes had to fall to have the space, but I have the Shapeoko in the shop now because the Avid, isn't relatable to the average person. And I completely get that. So, most of my stuff is going to be done on the Shapeoko now. Some bigger, like everything that fits on the Shapeoko is going to be done on the Shapeoko. If it doesn't fit, then we'll use the Avid, obviously.
That's cool. Yeah, so I think I think I'm home by the end of this week. I figure out what I think I'm down to 2 different selections, and I could have had a decent, yeah, I could have had the smaller one,
the Onefinity.
yeah, but I didn't want it.
Yeah.
You know, because I accept those terms and then they send it to me, and all of a sudden I'm obligated to certain things, and that's not really what I wanted. So I'm not going to go down that road. You know what I mean? But I did hear, Andy, what you said. Ask about the affiliate codes because not everyone gets the affiliate. But I think Clack's an affiliate. So
For which one?
for the are you? That's the Shapeoko. Yeah. Are you an affiliate too, Steve?
Not for Shapeoko.
Yeah, because I heard that's hard to get, but Clack has it. So if worst case scenario, I'll use his.
Yeah, I have one as well.
Okay, or I'll use yours. Somebody's got to get something, so it's just not nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, by the way, guys, since people are affiliates, if you're in the market to purchase something, it can't hurt to ask. At the end of the day, if you feel like our content is helping you and you're getting great value from it, it won't cost you anymore, but you're supporting us by using those affiliates. So if you're looking for an X tool, you're looking for an Atezza, or whatever it may be, it can't hurt to say, hey, are any of you an affiliate for this? And if we are, I'm sure they'll provide a link.
Yeah, it makes my day, actually. I've had people say, hey, I'm going to buy this. Can you give me an affiliate code? It's like, yeah, of course. Like, it's cool, right? Thanks for helping it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's nice that what that really means is you're kind of clicking as a community as opposed to just somebody standing at a podium and saying, hey, here's what it is, and take it for what it is. So, yeah. And really, that's, again, all I really care about is like the community aspect, right? It's like likes I like getting them. I like subscribers, but if I can help someone, that's all that's why I'm there, right?
I gotta laugh at this next comment. It's first he said, do you guys do reviews occasionally? Obviously, he doesn't watch any of our channels. They asked that. And then the next comment was, I watch Aurora Tech channel, no offense, but she makes better reviews than any of you guys.
I've watched that channel before, and I am tempted to think those are paid reviews. And we've all been offered money to do reviews. And I always turn them down. You want me to do a review of a certain product, and you supply the product, fine. No, you don't get to see it ahead of time. No, I'm not going to sign a contract. No, I don't want any money for doing it. It's going to be honest and unbiased.
I say yes to the last one, but no to all the rest. I say pay me, but I'm going to give you my honest opinion.
So for a straight up review, I generally won't take money because that forces me to be biased. But I have done partnership things. I've done things with Xtool where it's like, I'll use your laser. You can pay me for that, but I'm making my project my way. And and I don't mind that. It's like they're not paying me to review their laser. They're paying me to do work and happen to use their laser. So
that's called product placement.
Yeah,
movie studios do that too. That's how they pay for a lot of the movies.
If you ever see a can of Coke in one of my videos, you know it's a product placement because I hate Coke.
I kept doing that with Monster. I was making my videos. I'd put my Monster can in there. I was hoping one day, me and Monster would be like, hey, Rick.
They'd at least send you a hat or something.
No, they didn't send me jack. But but speaking of product placement, I was trying that, but it didn't work in my favor. However, I did get my son. Some people they'll say we got this. I don't know why this is staying up, but my son, we're doing a video on repairing my bathroom, and I said, Ricky, can we do this? And he says, we got this. And I got a message on Facebook from Nike saying, hey, whatever. And I said, I don't believe it. There's so many fake accounts saying you work for Nike, whatever. If you send me an email from @nike.com, I'll believe you. And I got an email. And it was because he said, we got this. So, so my son reviews their shoes, which is kind of crazy. Yeah.
Does he make more money than you yet? Because then your 15 years becomes nothing, right?
Well,
you can retire. He can look after you.
But it's kind of funny because Columbia, the clothes line, they just reached out to me too, and they want both of us to do the reviews. So we'll see what happens with that one. I just started.
Jeez, we're gonna see you in a commercial on the news some night.
Yeah. So the idea with Nike is Nike will send you shoes, and they're for kids, and they want you to see, are they comfortable? Do they wear? Can they put them on by himself? Does he like them? Does he think they're ugly? Does he think they're cool? They ask you like a real kid's opinion.
Yeah.
And then when you answer all their questionnaires and then send it back, they have to receive the shoes back. Then they pay you, but they won't pay you until they receive the shoes.
Huh.
Because
I guess they're probably checking for wear and stuff on them, right?
No, because you can sell an unreleased version of a shoe.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Sneakerheads are all about shoes that never come out.
Jeez,
Right?
maybe I could sell some unreleased lasers.
There you go.
You got a market for 5-watt lasers.
I've had a few unreleased lasers in my shop.
Yeah.
I don't mind. Sometimes I get to help companies too. So
yeah, I think we stirred up some coals under Andy.
yeah, he's just agitated there now. He's just
seeing like this fume.
It's
like this. He's got a dark aura.
My complexion's probably changed because I'm keeping it inside. But
the demons are coming out.
My poor wife, she's gonna get an earful in about 7 minutes.
On why she doesn't make better videos?
No.
Hey, sometimes 7 minutes is all you need.
What's that?
I said sometimes 7 minutes is all you need.
Hey. But anyways, with all this talk, I am very fortunate to be able to do what I do, and I'm not hurting. I'm not desperate for much scraping by.
As he sits in front of like a giant laser in behind him there.
Yeah. You might see this sold if my RPM doesn't go up.
Yeah, big for sale sign on the
Hey,
back.
guess what? He's got 1,000 RPM, and he's hit it with a baseball bat.
Yeah, if you want to go viral, just take it out in the yard and beat it with a hammer.
Yeah, no, you don't want to go viral. RPM, they're paying me a penny for that.
Yeah.
But no, I am very blessed to be able to do what I do, and it wouldn't be possible without so many people's support. Regardless what YouTube's RPM is or whatever it is, like, regardless of that, I look at viewers like they're real people watching the video, and that's truly what matters. I mean, it is disturbing when I hear other people getting 4x for a view that I'm getting. I mean, I think anybody would be a little disturbed about that, but.
I don't know if I don't know if you should be disturbed because the algorithm does some weird things sometimes. So it's just.
I think I'm gonna live. I will live a shorter life because I've decided to be a YouTuber.
Maybe it's because you don't do any reviews.
Yeah,
and YouTube probably has some. It's probably some conspiracy. I'll start this conspiracy that YouTube only pays you more if you do reviews.
There you go. Every laser company, send me a laser and I'll review it.
Oh, jeez. Be careful what you ask for.
I'm going to take a picture of my inbox tomorrow morning.
Like a UPS truck, a tractor trailer unloading in your yard.
$8,000.
Yeah. No, jokes aside, thank you all for your support. And I hope you find value more than $4.50. What I do.
But you cherish that. You cherish every penny.
Yeah,
I do. Literally, I have a family of 4, and it puts food on our table.
Yeah.
$4. Kraft. You don't have Kraft dinner. Kraft mac and cheese.
Kraft mac and cheese. But it is interesting. Like, even if you think about, I know we're going to wrap up here, but if you think about like what YouTube is paying for one view, right? Like, even take your high number. You have to divide your $18 number or whatever it is by 1,000, and that's how much you're getting paid per view.
Yeah, it's fractions of a penny.
Fractions of a penny.
Yeah. And to the point of what you're saying as well, so you have all these kids now. You're asking what they want to do for a living, what they want to go for college for, and they're like, "I want to be an influencer. I want to be a YouTuber." They don't realize like there's money to be made. I'm not saying that, but go to college, okay? YouTuber, do that on the side, and if you make it and you're one of those freak of natures that become a billionaire, great. But don't not go to college. Don't not pursue a career because you think you're going to be a YouTuber. That's just my advice.
Yeah, I equate that. I mean, it's interesting that it's become a job, right?
Yeah.
That it's an identifiable job. But I would equate it to like professional athletes, right? Like how many people have put their kid in baseball or hockey or something saying, oh, he's going to be a star, only to realize that like 0.01% of people actually who play a sport make it to professional level, right? Yeah, and I got a feeling it's going to be the same with content as well.
Yeah, and I think that the top 10 right now on YouTube, they're not new YouTubers. So they started early on.
Yeah.
So that's an advantage. And they don't have to promote their content. They're being promoted from the social media platforms, right?
Well, by YouTube too, right?
Right. That's what I mean by social.
Yeah.
So if you made a video, if Andy made a video tomorrow that said turkey sandwich, and it was just his turkey sandwich, no one's going to watch it at all.
I'd watch it. He'd get one view.
You know, but Mr. Beast does it.
Yeah.
They'll get 5 million views. You know, no tags,
Yeah.
no description, not just wrote turkey sandwich. You know what I mean? Because they're promoting him. That's the difference.
Yeah, it's interesting. And I know we got probably in the weeds here with YouTube, and I apologize for that. But
there's a lot of YouTubers that watch us as well. So, and at the end of the day, Google owns YouTube, right? So even if you own a barbershop, a flower shop, a woodworker, whatever, YouTube is a great way to advertise your business. So learning these type of tricks and tips from us could benefit any type of business.
Yeah. The I mean, to put it in perspective, like I've got my silver 100,000 subscribers.
Let's see it. Pull it off the wall. Come on. Let's give you a little shine here.
You don't get paid anything for this, by the way, but I do have this forever. My grandkids are going to pull this out of the attic one day, and they're going to be like, Grandpa was a YouTuber? That's what I picture.
Steve, you get those for OnlyFans?
Sorry?
You get those for OnlyFans?
No.
So I saw a post on Facebook today that said the average OnlyFans makes like $8,000 a year, but then they were showing like the top 10 that made like 65 to 85 million a year.
Yeah, but YouTube's the same way. Like
it is.
Yeah.
Like all the YouTube channels that are out there, like they say like 93% of them fail, right? Like they just they wallow, right? So appreciate the fact that you have 100,000 people willing to watch you, and
absolutely,
and and YouTube relies on that honestly, because hey, you got 100,000 people. What are you complaining about? Your $4? What's the big deal?
Call me, YouTube. I'll complain. Call me. There's only, and I looked this up a couple years ago, but there are roughly 520,000 YouTube channels with 100,000 subscribers or above.
Yeah.
Only 500,000 in the world above 100,000. So you put that in perspective.
Yeah, I think if and when I get to 100,000, I'm going to have to retire because I don't want that kind of responsibility.
You can handle it.
So what am I at?
I rolled over 35 today.
I mean, that's huge, man. There's probably a million people. There's probably less than a million channels in the world that have.
Well, I'm not complaining, although Clack rocketed past me, so
Yeah, mine says 45.7.
I'm just shy of 42,000.
Nice.
Yeah. So growing and growing.
Yeah.
But I definitely think it helps growing a community like this as well. This is great. I mean, we're talking about thousands of subscribers, and I'm excited about 300 members of our Facebook group. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But it's growing a community for sure, and so. A selfish plug if you're not already a member.
We need to all go to Zentenro's channel and subscribe.
Zentero, is that your YouTube channel?
This is the guy who was saying that we all suck.
Well, you know,
Like,
everybody's entitled to an opinion. We might actually suck.
I've been called a lot worse on YouTube.
So I got 4 subscribers. All right. Well, hey.
Yeah, you got to start somewhere.
Clack is complaining about his bad knee. Well, it's not slowing you down, man.
Clack, the man who comes out with 25 videos a week. I don't know how.
Well, yeah. So my only consolation, like I'm happy for Clack. My only consolation that he's rocketed past me is that it took him 700 videos to do it, and I've only got 250. So.
Ooh.
Am I the first? Yes, I am the first subscriber on Zen Tenro.
Oh.
When you make it big, man, I was number 1. Okay. Don't trash us anymore. I'm joking, but I am number 1, by the way.
Yeah, hilarious. Good times, though, man.
Where's in town? Well, you only got 1 video.
Hey,
I'll subscribe to.
there we go.
Look, you literally doubled your subscribers from the guy.
Yeah, you got an infinite number more now than you had when you joined tonight. So.
Yeah, like you're rocketing, like
Yeah. See what happens when you say we suck? We support you.
right.
Yeah, I'm about when I look on social tracking, I'm about 1,000 of in the top 1,000 of YouTubers in Canada, which makes me pretty happy. Like it's just, you know, it's like, you know, there's probably a lot of people because of our RPMs. You know, there's probably a lot of YouTubers in Canada, and like Linus is here, right? I don't know if you watch Linus's channel. So you know, he's got 4 million subscribers or something, 5 million subscribers.
Hey, Andy, my wife's French Canadian, so I think we need to get like a post office box in Canada and change our channels to Canada.
You can just send it to my place, and
I mean,
and, you know, you may not get any checks; they'll all get deposited. But
we're getting direct deposit, baby. What you talking about?
Steve's gonna give me an allowance every month.
Well, so 10 Row's got 1 more subscriber now, so we tripled his
there
number
you
of
go.
subscribers in
Man.
5 minutes.
And I'll be the hater and say, nope. You said we suck.
Centero said if those subs disappear,
and next week and next week's Intenro will have gone viral and have 2 million subscribers. And will they remember us? I don't think so.
As I said, he does 20 videos a week. Clack says, editing video right now. I have 251 shorts also. You know,
yeah, so that's one thing that I think matters too is do more shorts, right? Like I'm actually, so the tool you use for generating shorts automatically, I think I'm going to subscribe to that and just pull out some pieces.
Use my affiliate link, Steve.
What's that?
I said use my affiliate link, Steve. No, the reason.
Well, send me a link. I'll use it.
I'll send it. The reason I like it is because it actually gives you a score.
Yeah.
So it'll tell you.
Opus?
Yes.
Yeah.
You use Opus too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like it.
Because there's just like there's a lot of stuff short stuff I'd like to publish on Instagram or Facebook.
And what's cool is that YouTube now does 3-minute shorts.
Yeah.
And YouTube just made it so you can edit the thumbnail on shorts. So
yes.
Some of my shorts that look like I honestly think they'd get more views, but the thumbnail sucks. Like, why did it choose that?
But you can only do it on a mobile, right? Not desktop.
No, you can do it on.
Yep.
I think you can do it on the desktop now too, as of today.
Oh,
I tried.
I got an email 3 days ago that said it.
Okay, I tried on Monday on desktop and it wouldn't let me.
Okay,
yeah, I think it literally just came out this week. I think.
Yeah,
like
this week
today.
Sure.
It might have been today.
Yeah, I got the email. I just haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, what it was doing to pick your thumbnail for a short was it was going to the middle of the video and picking a frame out of the middle.
Yeah.
So if it happened to be you going, that's what you got, right?
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, damn it, man, 51 views on the video. I'm like, it's good. Like, but it's, exactly a stupid point. But the other thing that I like is like for our lives, for instance, I take 5 shorts from each one of our lives, but I link the short to the full length video. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what you want, right? I notice we don't get any restitution for that. So
if you saw our RPMs, trust me, it's not even paying off the $1,000 a month for streaming.
I found an opportunity. I thought I'd take it. No, I'm probably I won't do that with our live streams necessarily, but there's things I want to do to like make shorts to subscribe to or push things back into the channel.
Yeah.
Look, Centenro, you got all kinds of subscribers now.
All right, now
I guess we are influencers. That's cool.
Now make us a video so we can watch it.
Yes. Well, there's one there.
I take this responsibility very seriously.
What the heck?
Well, you better make some kind of an award coin. Actually, I'm gonna do a video on coin making. So I did a bit of a deal with one of the AI generators, depth map generators. So
Hey,
I'm gonna put it all together and make a coin.
Have you reached out to that supplier yet for the coin blanks?
No, I really have to.
Yeah. He's supposed to send me. I basically have about half of what he has in the store.
That's the guy in the UK.
Yeah. He's supposed to send me the rest. One of the things I was telling him was like he sells brass knuckles. I'm like, dude, like some places brass knuckles are illegal.
Yeah, they're illegal here.
They are?
Yeah.
Well, they are in Illinois too.
No, they're not. They're illegal.
No,
sorry, illegal. Yes, illegal here.
They're illegal in Illinois.
Yeah, I hit somebody once.
The whole country, it's illegal here.
I hit somebody once with a pair of brass knuckles, and I saw their face get like rolled back, like the skin, like a can opener. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. We got a police officer on the screen tonight.
I was a minor. That was a long time ago. The statutory limitations.
Ah, look, see, they're flying.
All right, guys. Looks like we're at 8:41, so we're past.
We're way over.
Way over, but
get some sleep. I have to do some videos to keep up with Clack.
But it's good discussion to see the difference in RPM and CPM. So you can see if you're starting out a channel and you may be discouraged on what you're seeing and the rate you're seeing. Understand that it's based on the content, and if you're seeing obviously someone larger with falling like Andy with scoring 10, just stay motivated, and stay dedicated to the grind. It'll pay off in the end.
Maybe.
Okay, this is hilarious, actually.
Okay, well, this guy's got to get going here, so I'll see everybody here next week.
Yeah. Take care.
All right, we'll see y'all. Thank you for being here.
Thanks. Bye.
Yeah, I think you burned Andy up.
Maybe. See you, man.
He's heated.
Yeah. See ya.